All right. Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Good morning. Come on in. It is time for morning motivation. It is Becoming Whole Wednesday, and we are live today. It is time for morning motivation. Hit your like, tag, and share button. Come on in, hit your like, tag, and share button because we are live today. It is Becoming Whole Wednesday. Everybody that's watching the replay is Becoming Whole Wednesday. That means we are here this morning at 7:30. We are here this afternoon at 12:30, and we are here tonight at 7 p.m. Tyra Burrell, good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you coming on. So good to see you coming in today. Lachelle, good morning to you. Good to see you this morning. Good to see you. Monique, Shanice, good morning. Good to see all of you coming in. We are going to have a great day. We are full up today. We are back in full swing. We are back in full swing. Everything gets started today. Tennille, Elder Duncan, Tara, Patricia, Kevin, Chanel, Ronette, Abu. Good morning to everybody. So good to see everybody. Becoming Whole Wednesday is Becoming Whole Wednesday. We are back and we are ready to go. Wow, that's it, y'all. All day long. 7:30, 12:30, and 7 o'clock. Sherry T, good morning. Donna Moon, good morning. Monique, again, good morning. That's right. Tag everybody. We going to have a great show on today. Yeah, let's get it done. We're going to get it done today. We're going to have fun today. Woo! Man, oh man, we miss these days. We miss these Becoming Whole Wednesdays. Wow. That's when we get it in. We go all the way in. We tackle this word. We study this word. We live this word. Everything we meditate on this word. John David, good morning. Good to see you. Great message for you. Wow, that's it. John David, we will be in India soon. We will be in India in October. We will be going to India in October. Wow, I will be giving you my the days that we will be leaving. We will be in these countries. We are going to have a great, man, it's going to be amazing. This year is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Hit your like, tag, and share button. We are live this morning. Jessica, Donise, good morning. Dana Campbell Lewis, good morning. Good to see you. Jessica, again, good morning. Good to see everybody coming in this morning. We're going to have a great time on today. All right. Miss Annie, good morning. Good to see you. Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's right. Tag them all. Get them all on here. Lavelle, good morning. That's right. Wednesday morning. Nye, good morning. Nye made it back from Uganda. So she is back in the saddle. Keisha, good morning. Robin Taylor, good morning. Lavelle, good morning. Kimberly, good morning. Who else? Miss Robin Taylor, all of you ladies, good morning to all of you. So good to see all of you coming on. Sharon Barksdale, good morning. Good to see you. Yes, we are live today. That's it. We are going to go right straight in. Carlissa, good morning. We're good to see Miss Annie Brown. Good morning. Raquel, good morning. Wow, everybody's here today. Thank God. Thank God. Listen, we have such a great day today. Just to let you know what our themes are going to be. As we're studying the word, we're motivating. The morning motivation is Crystal, good morning. It's literally that to go through this word. Verse by verse, as we are motivating each other to live according to his word. I want to show you something in Psalm 119 I did for my devotion and my prayer call today. I'm going to show you something in Psalm 119, verse number 7 and verse number 8 from the New Living Translation. Tori Darden, good morning. I work at 8 this morning, but I'm excited to hear what I can. I'm excited that you're on, Tori. Thank you so much for coming on. Angel, good morning. Psalm 119, verses 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Listen to this in the New Living Translation, y'all. It says, as I learned, look at this, Monique, Nikki, as I learned your righteous regulations, I will thank you by living as I should. That right there, I read it, it arrested me. I was so taken this morning. He said, the psalmist said, I'm going to thank you by living as I should, according to your regulation. What is he saying? I don't care what you say out of your mouth. I don't care what you sing out of your mouth. I don't care if you run around here like you lost your mind. The way you thank God is by living according to his word. Sharnette, Patricia, I will thank you by living, that's what it says, as I should. That's some good, that's that right there. That's a good word. That's a good word to really digest and meditate on. God, how can I thank you today? I don't need to hear it from your mouth. I need to hear it from you living your life. Melissa, good morning. Thomas, good morning. And then listen to what it says. Verse number 8 says, I will obey your decrees, Pastor Tina Baker. Please don't give up on me. Yeah. He's telling God, I will obey you. So please, I know I didn't do everything I should have done. He's begging him, please don't give up on me. That right there this morning was my breakfast at 5 o'clock in the morning when I did the morning prayer. Please don't give up on me. Wow. Woo. That right there, I'm telling y'all, any pastors, I'm telling you, that will preach forever. Please don't forsake me. Don't, Arnisha, you telling God, please don't give up on me. All right, so many announcements. Listen, y'all, I am the link for y'all to sign up for the York van is out today. Sign up for that van is out today. Make sure everybody. We are in York on Sunday. That means we're in York, Pennsylvania at 4 o'clock on Sunday. It is going to be done. It is so. It will be done at 4 o'clock. Good morning, Damien. Good morning. Good to see you. Miss Rita, good morning. Listen, you don't want everybody's coming. All of us are coming. We are going to be, everybody's coming. Make sure you are up the road at 4 a.m. I'm not 4 a.m., 4 p.m. Sorry, not 4 a.m., 4 p.m. Good morning, Deaconess Robin. Good morning to you. I'm telling you, want to be there. You cannot miss these moments right here. And I'm telling you, I know what I'm working with. We got football season starting and all these other things. If you allow sports to run your life, that's your issue. That ain't mine. So don't come talking to me about, I need God to do this, I need God to do that. You let sports run your life, that's your issue. That's on you. I get it. I understand it. It's not mine. I realized one thing, them jokers don't pay me. I realized it about 10 years ago. I don't get none of that paycheck. And so I said, you know what? I don't need that. So anyway, be there at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock on Sunday. Be there 4 o'clock on Sunday. Jacqueline Kennedy, good morning. Good to see you. Don't get none of it. Get emotionally tied up to something that you don't even get paid for. I just realized there was just something. It did something to me. Don't forget, we got sign up coming up also for discipleship. Discipleship sign up is this week as well for the new class that's going to start on Thursday and on Saturday. We have a new class that's on Thursday and on Saturday. So don't forget Our discipleship is signing up also this week. Pastor Tish, good morning. Good to see everybody. So good to see everybody on here. Wow, you guys are on here this morning. Someone type in there, it's Becoming Whole Wednesday. It's Becoming Whole Wednesday. Becoming Whole Wednesday. Yes. It is a beautiful morning in September, and it's still summer. Summer does not end to September 20th. It is still the summer. Amen, somebody. Becoming Whole Wednesday. That means, y'all, for y'all that just came on, Becoming Whole Wednesday, Tracy, guess what? That means we're here this morning at 7:30. We're here this afternoon, midday at 12:30. Have lunch after midday. And then tonight is our Fresh Encounter prophetic push. We're going to be pushing in the prophetic on tonight. So the Fresh Encounters are going to be prophetic pushes. It's going to be just literally us speaking what God says to speak over our life. And on the midday is our character development, becoming more like Christ, walking like Christ, talking like him, all of that. That's the midday thing. Living my best life by dying. Oh, my Lord. Living my best life by losing my only life. That's the midday theme. Throughout the whole midday, it's about dealing with that character, dealing with our life, dealing with our private lives. That's how we're going to flow. And then in the evening, it's that prophetic push. We're going to push into that where we live in the life that God called us to live. We're going to push everything we can. We pushing stuff out of the way. We pushing our body. We pushing. We going in. That's it. So, morning motivation is, as we're pushing, morning motivation is virtual. And then, of course, midday is live and virtual, and Fresh Encounter is live and virtual at 7 p.m. So thank God for all of you. Govern yourselves accordingly. We got to push this thing. Then I share with y'all next week. I will be flying to Rwanda. I will be gone from the 9th through the 20th. I got things all set up for everybody, so nothing will stop, nothing will slow down. We will remain. Why is my collar like that's crazy? We will remain in play. Everything will. In fact, I told y'all when the master was away, the servants, the workers were able to produce double. Somebody gonna help me here today. When the supervisor was away, the workers produced double. Wow. Workers produce double. I can't wait to see what is produced when I get. It's big, y'all. Big. All right, y'all. So we are on. Let's type in God did it. Genesis 50. Good morning, Michael. Good morning. Good to see you. God did it. Genesis 50, part 2. Why are you saying God did it? God made everything that he declared to Joseph and his son Jacob come to pass. God did it. Everything that Joseph dreamed came to pass. Every vision he told Jacob came to pass, Miss Annie. It all came to pass. You got to understand this, that it will come to pass. It's going to come to pass. God did it. He's doing it. I know it may take a little while. It took a long time for Jacob to see his son again. It took a while for Jacob to see his son again, but he saw him. God did it. Now you made it to Uganda. You literally, listen to me, you literally went to the country, fed people, came back home. God did that. I need you to look at what you know you couldn't produce. God did that. God did that. Thank you, Lord. So here we go. Verse number 6. This is we're on chapter 50, verse number 6. This is when Joseph requests leave of absence, leave from work, to ask Pharaoh if he could go bury his father. Joseph didn't bury his father on the side of the road. I'm telling you, how you treat someone or treat someone's legacy tells us how much you truly love them. Somebody gonna really talk to me today. Good God, I'm out. How you treat someone on that, literally after they have transitioned, is an indication of how much you truly love them. That's big. Joseph didn't bury. The sons did not bury their father on the side of the road. You can say what you want. I know what he said about Rachel, but he buried that woman on the side of the road and left. He probably don't even know where the grave is. Joseph said, I need to go take care of my father. You may not understand why. Good morning, Dante. You may not understand why I'm doing it, but I know what they did for me. Okay. Somebody gonna talk to me when my grandmothers passed away. When my grandmothers passed away, I had to do everything in my part to make sure my. When I saw my grandmother the first time I ever saw somebody had transitioned, I went into that house. She was laying in her bed. She had already transitioned. I'm combing her hair. Because that's how much she meant to me. Lord, I'm telling you, this is good. Now this gonna mess you up. I'm not trying to put nothing on nobody. Good morning, Tony McNeil. Good morning to you. I'm not trying to put nothing on anybody, but you need to look at your life. You need to look at your life. You need to look at your life. How will they treat you? Oh my God. What kind of impact have you had on their life will be an indication of how they treat you. Now, would it matter to you really? You've already transitioned. It does matter. If anybody lie on here and say it don't matter, it does matter. If it didn't matter to Jacob, why did he say, take me to my homeland? It mattered to Jacob how they treated him. Because you know why? Let me tell you this. Let me share this with you. Then listen to this. This is going to really mess you up. Look at this. Jacob told Joseph to take his body. Don't start running in here because the revelation is going to pop off all day long. Joseph, look at this, Miss Rita, Jacob told Joseph He didn't tell his other sons because if you really want truth be told, he didn't treat his other sons like he treated Joseph. Because if he literally relied on his other sons to treat him one way, they probably wouldn't have treated him the way Joseph treated him. Jacob know he didn't treat his other sons the right way. Jacob know it. Jacob didn't treat his sons the right way. He knew it. That's why he told Joseph. You listen, how you are treating people. I'm telling you, how you are treating people, Lord have mercy, is going to be reflected. Okay, y'all. That's revelation by itself. Will be reflected when that moment comes. Joseph said, listen, he agreed to the Pharaoh agreed to Joseph's request. Go and bury your father as he made you promise. He said, so Joseph went up to bury his father. Miss Frieda, I'm preaching this morning. I'm preaching. It really don't, honestly, sometimes it really doesn't bother you now, because we still kind of young, we got some good movement. But watch when them days start to get a little shorter and you realize you ain't got that much more time. You need to start treating people right now. Raquel, that's big. It's big. It's big. You need to start treating people right now. Look at here. He was accompanied by all of Pharaoh's officials, all the senior members of Pharaoh's households, and all the senior officers of Egypt. Now, this is big, y'all. Look at this procession, Lord. Anisha, look at this procession that followed behind the body of Jacob. Y'all, nobody preaching this. Nobody teaching this. The procession tells it all. We are talking about people from a foreign land coming to celebrate the life of a man literally they only knew for a few years. They had almost like a presidential type of procession that was probably only regulated, only one that would precede something like that would be Pharaoh. He had Pharaoh's senior officials, senior members of his household, not just his cabinet, but his entire household. Senior members of his household went to respect the life of Jacob. See, you want to talk about respect. You want people to respect you, but have you earned the respect you wanted? Somebody stop me. Please, somebody say, stop, Pastor. You're doing too much. You want the respect, but have you earned the respect that you wanted? You talk about they least out of respect, but have you earned the respect that you wanted? Jacob earned the respect. People from all over. I'm not talking about people just any old body. I'm talking about people with title and position. That's it. Miss Frieda, that says something. I'm telling somebody right now, that says something. When you got people with title and position, people that got schedules that are so busy, they really can't take the time out to do many things, but they decide to stop their life just to respect you. Good morning, Sean Terry. That's big. Senior members, senior officers, Joseph also took his entire household and his brothers and their house. Y'all ain't really, y'all really have to see this procession. Tamika Simmons, good morning. You got to see this procession. You got to see they took the entire families, all 12 of the brothers, their children, the entire family. Edelon Merritt, good morning. Good to see you. May the life I live speak for me. His life did it. Children, great-grandchildren, grandchildren, wives, all of those people that were connected to his family, connected to him, wanted to respect him. This one man, he was a foreigner to them. They didn't believe in the God of our God. They didn't believe in him, but they believed in that man. Let me help y'all. You want to convert someone, let them believe in you so they can believe in him. Let your words match your talk. Let your talk match your words. Live up to what you've been preaching and praying about so the people can respect the God that you serve by respecting you. If God be lifted up, they respected him. They respected him. Therefore, they respected the God that he worshiped. So here we go. But they left the little children and the flocks and the herds in the land of Goshen. A great number of chariots and charioteers accompanied Joseph. This is good because you can flip this both ways, Monique. You can flip this both ways, Terry. You can flip this both ways, Sharon. What are you saying? They followed Joseph because they believed in Joseph, and it was because of what Joseph did that he earned their respect. Okay, so Pastor, clean this up for us. But listen to me. Listen, your work in the kingdom will earn the respect of literally atheists, will earn the respect of people that don't believe in your God. Joseph followed the word of God, and the people respected what he was able to produce. If you can't produce anything, how do you expect people to respect the God that you serve? Joseph was able to produce, and he earned the respect of the people because he was able to produce. What are you producing that's going to make you distinguish you from the other people you are connected to? I'm telling y'all, listen to me. See, listen to this. Listen. All right. I'm just going to tell you, if where you are in your life, I'm talking about ministry, I'm talking about your job, I'm talking about your church, I'm talking about whatever you're doing. If it's not encouraging you, if it's not stirring up something in you for you to start producing something, and you might need to look at something. It is not a shouting match. Coming to church is not a shouting match. It's not a match where you come up here and run and shout. Coming to church is to stir up something in you to start producing something. And I don't care how much time, I don't care how much responsibilities you have. It is not, what are you producing? I'm doing the best I can, Pastor Tish. What are you producing? What is coming from your hands? Who are you leading closer to Christ? Who are you teaching? What are you producing? Joseph produced, and a whole country followed him. The whole country followed him. So here goes. It says, when, verse number 10, y'all, when they arrived at the threshing floor, start, oh my God, Lachelle, don't start. They arrived at the threshing floor. That's where the sacrifices are made. Why is Joseph stopping at a threshing floor? His way of honoring God. I'm celebrating my father, but I'm honoring God. See, this is it, Lachelle. This is it. Stop, Shayna. We ain't got time. I'm gonna deal with this threshing floor, just to make sure you understand the power. Just to make sure you understand the power of the threshing floor, so you can really get to know exactly what happens when God literally puts you at a threshing floor. What your responsibility is. What your responsibility is. I'm telling you. Listen. This is where, listen to me, where things are separated. Let me tell you. It's where things are separated. It's a place of, listen to this, type it in here. The threshing floor is a place of separation and revelation. Good morning, Yolanda. The threshing floor, Terry, is a place of separation and revelation. It's where the farmer would thresh the grain harvest and then winnow it. I know I'm going to celebrate. I know I'm going to remember. I'm going to literally honor my father. I know I'm going to do that, but God is the one I worship. I'm not worshiping my father. I'm not going to worship my father. He's not, listen, I'm going to honor my father, but I'm not going to worship my father. God Almighty. I'm not going to worship Jacob. I'm going to honor Jacob, but I'm going to worship God. You know what sometimes happens, Lachelle? At funerals, it almost looks like we're worshiping the person and not God. Joseph said, Joseph's like, don't get this twisted. Don't get this twisted. I'm honoring and I love my father, but I got to go to the threshing floor. I got to go to that place where I have to separate and then receive revelation. You have to understand that the threshing floor at Adad near the Jordan River, they held a very great Solomon memorial service. They had their service. Guess what? They had the funeral to show at the threshing floor. Oh, God Almighty. My God, what a revelation. What a symbol. The place where God separates, the place where I get separation, where separation happens, and revelation. So God is literally, they said literally, we are going to have a church, or we're going to have service at the place where I know we're going to hear from God. Monique says she never heard of the threshing floor. Well, Monique, you're going to hear about the threshing floor today in midday Bible study. I can tell you that. Because that threshing floor is an area that many of us try to avoid. Ah, God. We try to avoid that season of separation. Melissa, don't start running. Don't get up. I need you to be at work on time. We try to avoid that area of the threshing floor in our life, but Joseph went right to it. God has to separate you to elevate you. Sometimes that season is brutal. God, type it in there, y'all. God has to separate you to elevate you. Can I read this part? Can I read this part to y'all? Can I read this? Listen to this. A place where the harvest was prepared by separating the grain from the useless straw. We're gonna preach this to heaven come down today, this afternoon. Y'all better be in here for midday. We better have every seat filled in here for midday today. If you can't make it here, you better be online. I'm trying to listen to what it says, y'all. It says it's the place where you separate the grain from the useless straw for the purpose of exposing and collecting the most valuable part of the crop. God says, I'm trying to collect the most valuable part of you, so I got to separate you from the things that don't matter to you. Is that the case? Why do folk get upset about the separation, or am I not understanding? Listen to me. People get upset about separations, Monique, is because they are emotionally attached to the thing that they're being separated from. That's why. You got to remember the grain. Oh God, I'm about to run out of here. You got to remember the grain grew with, oh my God, with the straw. It is painful. The threshing floor, you literally are rolling stones over it. It's painful. Why, God, do I have to separate from the thing that helped me to grow? Y'all, this y'all better be here this afternoon. I'm telling y'all. The straw helped it to grow, but it couldn't grow it any longer, so it had to separate it. Oh my gosh. And yeah, Tish, we'll get to the judgment part too. Yeah, we'll get to the judgment part. Look at the revelation that he's given us to this threshing floor. Why do I have to separate from the thing that helped me to grow? The straw helped the grain to become grain. But it was necessary for that season to separate itself. So what's happening to me right now, I'm just letting y'all know, Pastor Tish and all the other pastors, Pastor Tina Baker, what's happening to me right now is I can't even write sermons ahead of time the way I used to, because the revelations don't come until like right now of what he wants me to teach. I just literally had a person, I've never heard of this before. And as a pastor, I have to make sure we understand what the threshing floor, what all these other symbols mean. Now y'all see how we got now you see how we got these processions for funerals. It's coming right here in the book. Jacob, the father, this long procession. This long procession of families, of cars, of chariots. Not cars, of chariots. Now y'all see why we do what we do. This is what they did. They found their way through a threshing floor. It was a 7 near. I want you to look at all of. Look here. Pastor Baker, this is the reason why I got to go verse by verse, because as I go verse by verse, I'm making sure the congregation doesn't miss anything. God, help me in here. Help us in here, God. God says, I'm tired of y'all just preaching because it sounds good. I'm tired of you just preaching and teaching because you know you're going to get a shout out of the people, but you missing parts that nobody else wants to teach. It was near the Jordan River. You love Terry Barksdale, you love Patricia Bryant, you love Crystal Parsons to be able to have a grain field near a river. Woo! Because if you have anything you trying to grow and you grow it near a river, you are almost guaranteed growth. Okay, so let me help you understand. If you in some place that's always dry, ain't no river, ain't nothing running through it, ain't no kind of water source coming in that way, you can expect your fruit not to blossom in the season. Do you know anything near a river will blossom in season and out of season? That's why he said you will be a tree planted by the rivers. You in a desert and you trying to figure out what. Let me help him understand this, Pastor Baker. You in a desert and you still trying to figure out why nothing is growing. Asking yourself, why am I not growing? I know somebody's on here. I know you on here. Why am I not getting this revelation like these people on this live? What is wrong with me? You're not planted in a place where growth is contagious. You're in the desert. When you're planted by a river, that river, come on, talk to me in here. That river will be a source of nourishment for you, even when it's not raining. You'll bear fruit in season, every season. It's nothing, and Nikki, you just messed me up with that. It's really nothing wrong with the roots. It's nothing wrong with you. You were just planted in the wrong. Sean Terry, your roots are where. Your roots are fine. They just shriveling up. They're drying up because they're not being nourished. Because what you're getting, look at this, Pastor Baker, is you're getting surface teaching that's not strong enough to reach the roots. Pastor, you're teaching in here. You're getting surface teaching that's not strong enough to get down into the roots. My. So the Jordan River, what else? Do y'all know what else happened at the Jordan River? So many things happened at the Jordan. Whose son? Somebody's name is Jordan. Is it somebody's son's name is Jordan? So many things happen at the Jordan. Miracle Grow won't work if there's no water. The Jordan, Pastor, but Elijah. And Elisha struck the Jordan. That's why I thought your daughter's name was Jordan. I knew somebody's child's name was Jordan. Elijah he struck the water and the water separated at the Jordan. Joshua, they crossed the land of they crossed the river Jordan. That's right, Fatina's son's name is Jordan. I knew somebody else. I know him like there's a bunch of Jordans around here. Come on, Fournette. Jesus was baptized where? In the Jordan. Ooh. The issue is, Melissa, listen, you have to find a place that's blessed. God, I'm preaching here. Every place is not. Joseph made his way to the threshing floor of Adad near the Jordan River. Our granddaughter's name is Jordan. Come on. You got to find the blessed place, the Jordan. You'll never think of your child ever again, anybody's child named Jordan. You'll never talk to him sideways again when you realize what that name means or what happened at that. My nephew is Jordan. You have to find a blessed place. Joseph didn't just stop anywhere. Of course, his father told him where to go, but he didn't go to the cave. Listen to this, y'all. He didn't go to the cave to have the funeral. He went to the threshing floor. They memorialized service was 7-day period of mourning for Joseph's father. The local residents, look at this. I was baptized in the Jordan River too. One of the best. So, because you remember, Angel went to the Holy City. See, Angel, stop. Y'all gonna about make me get some tickets to the Holy Land. I know some crazy stuff going on over there. Y'all about to make me get some tickets. Tony, you find the place of growth. You find a place where things are growing, where the people are growing, where ministries are growing. You find the blessed place, I guarantee you, is a growing place. Okay, let me keep going, y'all. All right, let me keep going. All right, I'm getting a little too excited right now. The local residents. Angel, don't just keep making us feel. Stop. The local residents, the Canaanites. Watch them mourning at the threshing floor of Adad. Then they renamed that place, which is near the Jordan, Abel Mirazim, for they said, this is a place of deep mourning for these Egyptians. The Canaanites renamed the place, but we know the name of the place. They had to name the place to fit what they saw. My God. They saw the Egyptians. Let me go to verse 12 on the Message version. Jacob's sons continued to carry out his instructions. Hold up, I'm sorry, not 13. verse 11. I'm sorry, verse 11. When the Canaanites who lived in the area saw the grief being poured out at the Adad threshing floor, they said, "Look how deeply these Egyptians are mourning." This is how the site at the Jordan got the name Abel Mizraim, Egyptian lamenting. Egyptian lament. Growth had to happen, Tony McNeil, because it was a river still flowing. It was a river still flowing. They said, look at how deep they are mourning. There's nothing wrong with your mourning. When you're mourning someone special in your life, someone literally that helped shape your life, had so much impact in your life, there's nothing wrong with it. Elder DeAndre said this about New Kingdom, Kevin. Elder DeAndre, he said, Pastor, I see, and I think I shared this with y'all last week. I see you're able to keep ministry going all year around. Told y'all that. All year, something is growing. Stephanie Lockett. Stephanie Lockett need to calm down. Good morning, Darius. All year round. Stephanie said, don't be useless straw in somebody's life. Don't be useless straw in someone else's life. That's crazy. So, Terry, I'm doing the best I can. So listen to what he says. So Jacob's sons did, I'm on verse 12. So Jacob's sons did as he commanded them. They carried his body to the land of Canaan, buried him in the cave in the field of Machpelah near Mamre. This is the cave that Abraham had brought as a permanent burial site from Ephron the Hittite. All year round. What's his name? Darius. We are just not normal. We're not normal. We don't take breaks. Even when I'm resting, I'm not. Even when I'm resting, I'm not resting. I'm going to tell y'all, even when you're resting now, it's like somebody else working at full speed. Your rest is someone else's full speed. Are y'all going to talk to me? Are y'all going to talk to me? When you are resting, you're working at full speed according to someone else's. That's why people say, Pastor, when you going to rest? I'm like, I am resting. How are you resting? You're still working. Your rest is somebody else's full speed. Because you know what I've learned, Pastor Tina? You know what I've learned? Is that I don't have to be the center of attention. I don't have to be doing everything that has me front and center, because I have enough to be able to do what y'all don't see me doing to make sure things are still moving and still growing. We had a meeting yesterday, and Deaconess was on the line. We had a meeting yesterday, and Deaconess was on the line. And she said She said this. I ain't never seen nothing like that back to school in my life. That was arrest month, August. Had one of the biggest events we ever had in the history of New Kingdom Faith on arrest month. Terry Buster, on a month of rest, we had one of the largest events we've ever had in the history of New Kingdom. Convocation being held on arrest month. Okay, let me just keep going. They buried him in the cave that Abraham had as a permanent burial site from Ephraim the Hittite. Those Hittites, Patricia said, Darius said, I love the ones in this chat because I wasn't getting it. That's it. Those Hittites, we're gonna really dive deep into that Uriah, and it's gonna bless everybody. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. We're gonna teach it all week, and then we're gonna preach it again on Sunday. It's gonna be that good. It's gonna be that good. We're gonna teach it all week, and we're gonna preach it on Sunday. It's gonna be that good. Verse 14, y'all. After burying Jacob, look at what they do. Joseph returned to Egypt with his brothers and all who had accompanied him to his father's burial. But now that their father was dead, oh my gosh. Now that their father was dead. Stop putting Uriah's name in our chat. Poor Uriah. I think we be putting Uriah's name more than David's name in our chat. Pastor Tina, that Uriah, the spirit of Uriah, changed this ministry. The spirit of Uriah changed this ministry. I got more people that want to be a Uriah too. So, daddy's dead. Jacob the daddy is dead. Jacob has been buried. They come home, and the brothers know, you know what? The honeymoon is over. Joseph is in power, and our father is not here to stop him. It's probably over for us. That's what's going on in their mind. Didn't I tell you before that your mind has a way of always going to the wrong place? Didn't I tell you? Everything, and when your mind takes over, in your mind, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. That's what your mind says. You're not even thinking about the dad. You're not even thinking about the father at this point. All you're doing is worrying about yourself. Father's gone. Father's dead. Now we got to deal with what we did to him 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago. Because now I'm only thinking about, listen to me, now I'm only thinking about what we did and not what he's doing for us. God Almighty. See, this is listen, this is the struggle with this is the struggle with Christians. This is the struggle with Christians in a lot of ways. Listen to this. You worry about what can happen and never celebrate what he did, what he's doing for you now. All you worrying about what can happen, you forget about the fact that he fed you. You forget about the fact that he gave you money to get here. You forget about the fact that he got you to the harvest land, to the land where you was able to take care of your family. You forget about all the years he did that, despite what you did to him, despite the fact that you gave God way, despite the fact that you turned away from God, despite that you did everything you could do to God, he still blessed you. But then when something else comes up, you forget about all the things he did for you. I'm sorry, Pastor Baker. Kim, you definitely missed. So, we forgive you for missing the meet. Stop running. Well, you should be outside getting those steps. Well, yesterday, y'all got 11,000 steps. I'm sorry, I forgot to post that today. Yesterday, I got 11,000 steps. Anyway, the reason I got 11,000 steps is because I had to keep up with Fatina and Armani and Sam's Club because they was all over the place. And to keep up with them, make sure they wasn't putting crazy stuff in the cart. Anyway, it's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. As soon as something comes up that can go left, we forget everything that he did for us when we went right. We forget all the right things he did. We forget it all. Worry comes over us. Temptation takes over us because we allow our mind to only focus on what could happen that probably will never. All right. Have you ever focused on something that could happen but never happened? Do you know you made decisions on people? Y'all stop. Anisha, stop. Don't say nothing. Do you know how many times you made a decision on a person because of something you thought may happen but never did happen? It never even happened, but you made a decision based on something that never happened. It became, Monique, a thought. And that thought literally took over your life. Always thinking the worst. The decision was made on what you thought that never even manifested. Sean Terry said that thought almost drove me crazy. One thought happened in my life. One thought happened in my life, changed my whole life. One thought of something they thought I did changed my entire life. How much do you get paid for thinking? I'm telling y'all right now, this is fire right here. You have to get out of your head. Sean Terry, that'll preach by itself. She had to repent just for her disbelief. My whole life changed took me to a crushing season I wouldn't wish on anybody because of a thought. You thought they did that to you. Or you thought, listen, or you thought they was going to do it to you. So you changed the way you were talking to them. I got to get out of my head. Lachelle Rice, it only takes one thought. I'm preaching and teaching it here today. My God, it takes one thought that you, listen to me. We talked about this thing called delusion, right? We talked about this thing called delusion, right? You made so many dysfunctional decisions off of delusions. Something that wasn't real that you made real. Pastor, my God, stop. You made a decision based on something that was not real to something that became real. Let this mind be in you that is also in Christ Jesus. Oh, I know they thinking about me. I know they talking about me. You have no idea. Them people not even thinking about you. Do you know how much people don't got time to be wasting on you? The brothers were scared. So listen to this. But now that their father was dead, Joseph's brothers became fearful. Fear is not of God. Everybody typed it in. Fear is not of God. Truth be told, Anisha, you're really not that important. Now, see, Anisha, I can just go into this. Let me do this. Let me go into this. We have this false sense of elevation of ourselves. We have this false sense that we are larger or that much more important of ourselves. So since we think we're that type of person of ourselves, we think people think we are who we think we are. Lord, listen to me. I'm going to say it again, and y'all better get this. We think people think we are who we think we are of ourselves. And that's crazy. We really think that we are that important. So we make ourselves think that the people think that we're that important because that's how we think about ourselves. This is crazy. This is crazy. I had to. That's guess what that verse. Again, I talk about it. A self-righteous spirit. The Pharisees saw themselves as someone so important They could not even come, they couldn't even fellowship with persons because they would consider themselves unclean. Because I'm unclean, I can't be around persons, or you may make me unclean because I'm that important. Anisha she going to teach us. I'm telling y'all, when we have this session with her and Lauren, I'm telling y'all right now, y'all just better come ready. We're going to have to strip you down and then clean you and heal you all at the same time. They're unclean if they're around you. So guess what? Because I'm clean, and you're not. There go that self-righteous spirit again. Because I'm clean and you're not, I can't be around you. Wow. We don't even realize all of us have so much self-righteousness in us. That's why Paul says, I got to die daily. I have to work. Paul says, I work on my soul's salvation, working out your own salvation. Say it, Tori. So here goes. He says, so now Joseph will show his anger and pay us back. Hasn't done it yet. Joseph will show his anger and pay us back for all the wrong we did to him, they said. So they sent this message to Joseph. They didn't say anything to his face. Okay, y'all. That's how much afraid. That's how afraid they was of him. They didn't say it. They didn't talk to their brother face to face. They sent him a message. Before your father died, he instructed us to say to you, please forgive your brothers for the great wrong they did to you, for their sin in treating you so cruelly. Now, I don't remember, listen to this. I don't remember Jacob ever telling his brothers to say that to Joseph. So now, if I want to read it the way I think it, now they just making up stuff. How many, when you got to pick up your cross, Jessica? Every day. But first you have to deny yourself, then pick up your cross. Denying yourself, listen to me, denying yourself is telling yourself you're not that important. But the brothers were so fearful, they had to make stuff up. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You never did that. And yeah, that's right. I got so many holy folk on here. You never made nothing up to cover yourself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You never made nothing up to cover yourself. I think they lied, Miss Annie. They did it to cover themselves. Please forgive your brothers for the great wrong they did to you, for their sin in treating you so cruelly. You know what they were doing? You know what they were doing, Monique? You know what they doing, Miss Robin? Annie Brown. You know what they doing, Crystal? You know what they doing? This is going to mess you up on this. This was their form of apology. This right here was their form of apology. They never came out and said, we are sorry for doing what we did to you. This was them saying, I'm sorry. Didn't I tell y'all didn't I tell you to tell them to keep your apology, give me my assignment? You said that was ancient texting. Silly Tony. Somebody said, we say they were playing on their emotions. They already know Joseph was already mourning. Joseph was already mourning their father's death. So now we can play on that a little bit more. Let's twist it a little bit more. Let's start, okay, Anisha, let's start benefiting from his grief. Let's start benefiting on his grief by manipulating our situation. Oh, don't think people don't play on your grief. Think people don't come to you when they know you're vulnerable to say yes. They know you're in a rough situation. They know, and they're going to come with a request that they feel like you cannot refuse because of what you're going through. I'm preaching. I know I am. Taking advantage of your grieving season, playing on your vulnerability. They such had been man enough to stand up, giving him support like they gave them. Stop the manipulation. Oh man, this thing is okay. So we, the servants of the God of your father, beg you. Now he goes, I'm sorry. So here it is. They did ask for forgiveness, y'all. Let's clean this part up. Beg you to forgive our sin. When Joseph received the message, he broke down and wept. Then his brothers came and threw themselves down before Joseph. Look, we are your slaves. Now get this though. I know his father didn't say that, so we never read that. So that part is the manipulation. They knew what Joseph was dealing with, and they knew how emotional Joseph was. So here it comes. Joseph breaks down, weeping. Then his brothers come, throw themselves down before Joseph. Look, we are your slaves, they said. Again, thinking Joseph, this is them, thinking Joseph was still on that area, still in that hurt place. Joseph said, listen, man, I am gone beyond that hurt place. I just buried I don't got time to be thinking about what you did to me years ago. In fact, Joseph was at the point, I'm celebrating what you did for me years ago, because he's going to say it right now. In his mind, Monique, in his mind, Terry, in his mind, Chanel, he was already thanking God that they did what they did to them. Don't you have some people like that now? Don't y'all have people like that now? When they first did it to you, you was angry as all get up. You was so angry you could chew on nails. I mean, you could chew nails and swallow it and literally think you just ate a steak. That's how angry you were. But now, somebody say, but now I'm telling you, you are thanking God. They did what they did to you because it got you to where you are right now. Are you happy in this or now? You're happy now. Huh? You're happy now. I'm excited now. I'm grateful now. It's still, don't get me wrong, it still hurt. Okay, don't get me wrong. I still feel some of the residue of the pain. Okay, please, y'all get this. I still feel some of the residue of the pain, but I'm grateful. I'm happy now. I'm grateful now. Here goes, y'all. He says this. We're going to close out. He says, don't be afraid of me. Am I a God that I can punish you? Well, technically he could. I mean, but you know why? You know why Joseph makes this statement? Because he recognizes, even if I hurt you physically, I can't really do nothing to you spiritually. I may be able to hurt your body, but I really can't hurt you. Okay. Nicole said, I'm grateful now. Listen to this, Nicole. Listen to this, Nicole. This is the part, and we can close out on this. I'm going to close out on this. I'm going to close out on this. This is really good. When you recognize that people don't have the power to hurt you, that the pain that you feel is just your flesh reacting, and they have no power over your spirit, over your soul, or where you're going, or where God is going to take you, you will become the most lethal weapon in the kingdom expansion that you could ever become, and God can use you anywhere. The reason God can't use most of us is because we are always affected by what people do that causes us pain that really should not be affecting us. They have no power over us because you give them the attention that they want. That's the power. When you make the decision that they can never hurt you, that's why Paul was able to, Kim Collins, that's why Paul was able to do all that work. He was beaten. He was left for dead. He was starving. He was shipwrecked. All these things. He was thrown in prison. Paul, like, you can't hurt me. Somebody typing in there, you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. That doesn't hurt me. That doesn't affect me anymore. You can't hurt me. That does not affect me anymore. Miss Robinson, I'm on the other side. You're so fortified that what literally had you on your knees crying has you celebrating and praising God now. You can't hurt me. But you're saying it. But listen to me, when I see you start to live it, I can give you any assignment and you'll go for it. You'll do it. Because I'm not going to give you an assignment that I know you can't do, but I'm going to give you an assignment that's going to really make you stretch your faith. That's it. I'm going to give you an assignment that I know you can complete, but it's going to make you stretch your faith. It's going to put you in. It's going to put you in. It's going to put you in. And not say harm's way. It's going to put you in the direction that the enemy is firing at. But you're going to be like, it can't hurt me. The weapon will form, but it won't prosper. It can't hurt me. I can use you. I can use you when you get that attitude. All right, y'all. That's good. I want to thank everybody for this morning. Don't forget, it's Becoming Whole Wednesday. It's Becoming Whole Wednesday. That means today is 7:30. Today at 12:30. That's in person and virtually. Tonight at 7, we'll be here in person and virtually. Right after midday, we will have lunch. I forgot what's on the menu, but I know it's gonna be good. We will have lunch right after service. Right after Bible study. Don't forget, we are going to sign up for our York Fresh Encounter in York. Everybody, make sure you are in. Today is my penning at Howard. Okay. And don't get me excited. If they have so many things on Wednesday, if they had other things, if it was other days, I'd run down there. I love everything in Howard. Just because the fire alarm goes off, don't have to panic. Remember, you have had fire drill. This audition is out of control. The fire alarm is designed not for you to panic because you have already had the drills. Jesus, my God. Wow. 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 Yeah, that one just messed me up a little bit. That just messed me up. Wow. Okay, that just messed me up. That just put me on pause. You've already gone through the fire drill, so why are you panicking? Why are you panicking? All right, so sign up is going to happen. Everybody, make sure our country is now flood free. Thank you, Lord. That's right. Thank God for the prayers for Bangladesh. The country is now flood free. I believe they're getting ready to elect a new president. My mom called me 15 minutes ago, told me that her husband is now cancer free. Thank you, Lord. Can't make this stuff up, man. Calling you in on Morning Motivation. Why are you panicking? Woo. All right, y'all. Have a great day on purpose. See y'all this afternoon.